All right, our day here at the Reedy Race 2016 has just wrapped up. Crazy qualifying. I don't want to say a nail biter because I don't bite my nails, but they could be a little shorter than they were earlier this morning. So tons of action. Yuna, 12 years old, took two-wheel drive. Alex K, amazing run, four-wheel drive, open class. It just, they did really awesome. Two AA mains, 10 minutes, long time, a lot of possibilities, a lot of stuff could go on. Stiff competition, but they pulled it out. Super consistent all weekend. Nothing bad to say, just amazing drivers at a super young age. So,
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that kind of sticks out in my mind is with the two-way mains, it puts a lot of pressure on the drivers to kind of not have any mistakes, and they have to both races count for the open class, and we've seen that here the past few years, and in the two-wheel class, Yona did a great job of being consistent and fast. I think in the first main, I think he still had the fastest lap. The second main, he had the lead several times, and then I think he just kind of settled in. In that position, and took home the overall. What made it really interesting at the end is he made one mistake coming out of the chicane on the last lap, and the marshal was right there and threw him, and Alex K was coming through, and had he beaten him for second there, Alex I think would have won the overall in two-wheel drive. So, but he squeaked it out, and the youngster did it, and he's extremely happy. His dad's happy. Everyone's actually really happy for him. And then to kind of make things right in four-wheel drive, Alex he dominated the first main, and then the second main, Cole Tollard was racing, and he did a really good job, and then had an unfortunate breakage, which gave the victory easily to Alex. And
Cole was fighting pretty hard, and then right in front of us, just...
Yeah, I mean, and ultimately, Alex was in second anyway, which would have gave him the overall. So either way, he would have won it. So, coming from the Northeast champ, doing his thing, he did a great job, and couldn't be, happier for both of those two guys. In the Invitational, it, just went right down to the end. Round 5 was one of the better races. We had a great battle with Ryan Mayfield and Spencer and all these guys, battling for the win. The two guys got together here in the sweeper, and and then unfortunately, what happened after that is Dustin Evans, who is a teammate of Mayfield, he actually was trying to, I think, kind of get out of the way, and end up hitting Mayfield over the little double here right behind us, and actually sent him over the track. Then at the finish, Mayfield basically he did a drag race with J.P. Richards on the very last turn for the second place, and he ended up getting third, which ultimately kind of cost him the championship there. And that's assuming his result that he ended up with in round 6. So Spencer, in the end, Dakota was kind of in the driver's seat, and Spencer and Mayfield were kind of needed something to kind of go their way. But Dakota got a great start and a relatively easy race for him. Ty Tessman was probably the only one that could have beaten him legitimately, and had a mistake in the center and cost him. So Dakota won the overall, which he earned it, and I think he had a lot of wins. I think him and Mayfield, had the most amount of wins, and then maybe Spencer right behind those two. So if you're in it to the end, you really can't be ashamed of the result, because there's 12 races, and as long as you're in it to the last race for the overall, I think you can be pretty happy with that, and that's what these guys did. Spencer finished third overall, his first podium at the Reedy race. I think everybody realizes that he's a force to be reckoned with out there. And probably the most surprising result was Cavallari finishing as low as 7th. Just basically, it was the race for him just didn't go well at all in terms of how things usually work for him. He usually gets that one or two 50-50 situations usually go his way. In this situation, he didn't really get that. So, and then he broke in the last round and dropped him to 5th. Stephen Hartson, on the other hand, had a great Reedy race. He really showed that he is dialed in on this track. And a four-wheel drive, I'm not 100% sure, but he might have won all the races in four-wheel. I can't remember, but he won a lot of them. And
he was pushing very hard, that's for sure.
And Jared Tebow, again, did a great job. So, it's just, I mean, when you're with that crew, at the top between the Ryans, Dakota, and Spencer, and Jared, and Dustin Evans, who did so well in two-wheel drive, he kind of recovered and did pretty well also. So can't really feel bad for any of these guys.
Yeah, Dustin was up there till later on in the day or towards the end of the weekend, and he was really putting in everything as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we'll bring in a Jona Hatanen here. Jona.
Jona, welcome. On fire this weekend. So when you're crossing the finish line, about to win, what's going through your mind?
I don't gonna win this open glass.
Little surprise, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. No, it was awesome. And this is not the kind of surface you race on at home, right? Your surface is different, or?
Yeah. There's no grip like that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you did a great job. Did you know that you only had to get second in that race to win, or did you know?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But did you want to win it anyway?
Yeah.
Every point matters, right?
Did you find the 10 minutes was more difficult at all, or?
I don't know. No.
You were prepared for it. Your battery and everything was ready to go. You were comfortable with 10 minutes. You were
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, give a shout out to your sponsors, all your sponsors that supported you. Great race, TQ and win, Invitational next year again, and so yeah.
Sponsors. Team Associated, Reedy, J Concept, GoPro, RCM. Thank you.
Perfect. Now, another little hidden thing that we have is the past couple of years, it's been a little secret that started out. Who was it won your jacket? For the first one? Spencer.
Yep.
So the first year, a couple of years ago, Spencer won the open class, and then Kevin Motter followed it up. So they've been taking Jason's jacket, so you get a jacket like that.
Yep.
Not bad, huh? I'll have to mail it to you.
All right. Well, let's bring in Spencer, who is the highest of the
Thanks, Yuna.
invite guys that are still here.
All right, Spencer. Familiar with our booth here? Welcome.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so counting up points all weekend, looking at the tables, looking at the figures. You kind of knew what you were facing.
Yeah, I mean, I came into this event, not with really any goals in a way. My cars are good. My 2 was awesome the whole time. My 4 was incredible. I think if I look back, I'm really most happy about that I was in contention to win the race on the last round. And that's probably the most important key to this race, and you got to stay in it to the end. And, it was just tough watching Dakota win his race on the last round to win the whole event with knowing that I wasn't in there to prevent that. But, he drove great the whole time. He broke in 2, I got a 10. He broke in 4, I got a 10. I just thought maybe he would have got a little nervous about those 2 throwouts. But, the kid, not the kid, I mean, he's older now, but he drove great. He deserves the win. And on to the next year for the Reedy race.
Right, there's always another one, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Talk to us a little bit about, there was the contact with Ryan over here in the sweeper. I know you guys got together. You guys are buddies and all. You think the incident will kind of wear off and everybody will be happy once again?
Yeah, I mean, that race is incredible and intense. Obviously, I got the better end out of it. Yeah, me and Ryan hit on the straightaway. We got tangled up, and Ryan kind of got the good end out of it, but him and Dustin kind of crossed over on the double, and it kind of worked out in my favor in a way where they crashed and I just went by him. So, it was my fault for hitting him, but then again, he came out ahead of me, but it was his fault or Dustin's fault for hitting him. So after the racing was over, I walked over there and apologized to Ryan, and I told him that I still want to be good friends with you, and I know we're out there to win, and he taught me to have no fear against anybody, and you're not out there to make friends. So, and I don't want to use that against him, but that's just the way it happened in that race, and I think he knows that I'm there to win.
Right. I mean, it's competition, so everybody, you take the 5 minutes and be competitive, and then hopefully they can pass that on once you get off the field and go on with it. So it's definitely competitive out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think from my perspective, I see it. I think everybody's battling. Everybody that has the same thing happen all the time, and I think everyone's gonna, kind of grow past a lot of the stuff and still be happy with their finishes. I mean, obviously Ryan doesn't have anything really to be ashamed of. Still got a second. So now in the last 3 years, he's got 2 seconds and a first.
Amazing record.
Yeah, and he's been in contention every single year, as Spencer talked about, for the win all the way down to the last run. So, he doesn't really have much to feel bad about. And then Spencer getting his first podium here, only a second time at the Reedy race, and he practiced hard for it. And honestly, it showed on the track. He probably had one of the fastest runs in both of the classes out there. Had we been qualifying and running mains, I would think that he'd be starting, right towards the front. And so at the end of the day, the cars were working, equipment was working, and only one winner, unfortunately. So great job, and we'll see you at the next race, and maybe do a little dinner time now.
Awesome. Thank you.